I hope through the discussion today, we'll be able to find some synergies and the right road paths that will lead to the further expansion of economic and trade ties between our two sides. As everyone knows, China-US trade relations are going through some difficulties as a result of US administration's unilateral imposition of tariff measures on Chinese imports, despite the agreement and consensus reached earlier by the two governments on avoiding a trade war. At present, the trade war involves $34 billion of Chinese imports, yet it faces a possible escalation if the US administration takes further tariff measures on Chinese imports. We have made it clear that we do not want to fight a trade war with the United States. However, if it's imposed on us, we have to fight back. The current trade war is causing negative impact on the normal trade relation between our two countries. It's hurting the business interest in many states, particularly those small and medium-sized companies that rely on the Chinese market both for export and supply of intermediate products. As the trade war goes on and the impact unfolds, more people are feeling the pinch. 2 weeks ago, when I was in New Mexico for the NGA summer meeting, I heard many governors expressing concern over the tariff measures which have brought instability and uncertainty to the state's economy and foreign investment. Similar concerns can also be heard from the business communities as well as the members of the Congress, US Congress. China-US trade relationship is mutually beneficial in nature. This is most noticeable on subnational level. Over the last 10 years, according to the statistics of the US-China Business Council, 49 US states have witnessed their export of goods to China, witnessed increase of their exports of goods to China, of which 17 states experienced triple-digit growth. Every US state had triple-digit growth in service export to China, and 31 states had service export growth of more than 300%. Chinese investment have covered 46 US states, accounting for 98% of the congressional districts. Chinese investment in the United States, together with the US export to China, created or supported over 1.14 million jobs in the United States. Over the last 10 years, California attracted nearly $30 billion of Chinese investment. China now is California's largest trading partner, the third largest export destination for goods, and the fourth largest export destination for service. China remains in a similar ranking in terms of the 32nd Congressional District's export, both for goods and services. Facts have shown that the trade and investment ties between China and the United States have brought tangible benefits to many states and helped the economic prosperity and well-being of the local communities. There's too big a stake in China-US economic and trade relationship that we can hardly afford to see it going downward. What shall we do under the present tension of our two countries' trade and economic relations? I think first and foremost is that we should voice our concern and let those who advocate trade war understand the mutual beneficial nature of our economic and trade relationship. Trade war is in nobody's interests and benefits no one. There will be no winners, only losers. Once the market is gone, it is difficult to get it back. It's better to stop the trade war before it becomes too late. China will not yield to pressure and coercion. The only way to solve the trade friction is through dialogue and negotiation, which should be based on mutual respect, equality, rules, and credibility. Secondly, we need to ensure that the momentum of China-US subnational exchange and cooperation remains strong and stable. China's investment, create jobs, and increase of the state's export to China help the growth of the local economy. It's important that we maintain a friendly environment on the local level where trade and investment opportunities are felt welcome. In this regard, firm support from the constituency to a better China-US relationship is essential. Thirdly, we need to be forward-looking. Do not lose sight of the future at a time of difficulty. We should keep in mind that even if there are many differences between our two countries, we still have extensive common interests. We need to get along with each other in peace and find ways for cooperation. Looking into the future, China-US economic cooperation has great potential for development. China is the world's largest car market, the largest source of overseas tourists and international students, the largest importer of agricultural products and energy, and the second largest market for medical care and pharmaceutical products. The further opening of China presents tremendous opportunities to the US business community. President Xi Jinping announced in April this year that China would significantly broaden market access, create a more attractive investment environment, strengthen protection of intellectual property rights, and take the initiative to expand imports. Since then, some of the major steps have already been delivered. Tariff for automobiles and many consumer products have been lowered considerably. The revised negative list of foreign investment released late last month substantially eased market access restrictions for foreign investors. In November, China will host the first China International Import Expo in Shanghai. This will be a good opportunity for US companies to promote export of their products and services to Chinese market. Fourthly, we need to diversify our relationship by putting more substance into it. Trade and investment is just one area of the relationship that the 32nd Congressional District has with China. Being a culturally diverse place with the presence of large Chinese community, the district has much more to offer. We should develop more exchanges and collaboration in the area of culture, education, tourism, sports, youth, and etc., and encourage more people-to-people interconnections, so as to cultivate friendship and mutual understanding between our two peoples. We welcome Honorable Councilman Napolitano, the elected officials, and friends of the various circles in the district to visit China more often. I hope through our joint effort, we can achieve more fruitful results from our bilateral exchanges and cooperation. My colleagues and I look forward to working with you to get these things done. Thank you very much. Thank you.